Hello crafters, this is Linda from Linda's Paper Creations. I have something different here for you today. I have an actual notepad holder that's made from chipboard, and the one I'm going to make today doesn't have a calendar, but it's a notepad holder and a little pen. So I will begin by starting on the supplies you'll need. So today you'll need chipboard, quite a solid chipboard. It's a little less than 1/16 of an inch thick, and you'll need 4 1/4 by 5 3/4, two of them, and a 1/2 inch piece of 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Okay. That. And then you'll need a piece of DSP, a cardstock, 11 inches by 7 inches, and this is Blooms and Blossoms. This piece here is what we're going to use. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of 4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. Another piece 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And I'm just using the solid mint macaron cardstock. And this piece will hold the pad inside. I'll show you how to do that. And then you're going to need a pad, which is 5 inches by 3 1/2. And I got it at a Dollar Tree, and I used 2. Have a pad cover here at 6 inches by 3 1/2 inches. And you're going to score it at 5/8 of an inch, and then 7/8 of an inch from there. So, okay. And then you're going to need a piece of 4 by 4 cut on the diagonal. So you'll only need the one piece. And then you will need a piece of 1 3/4 by 5 1/2, and you're going to put a slit in the center about 1 1/4 inches down, and just the thickness of your ribbon. And I think mine is 3/8 of an inch, so just a little bit bigger than that. And then you'll need 2 inches of ribbon, and I am using the Whisper White ribbon here. See it? Okay. And then for the front, you're going to need the mint macaron in 3 1/4 by 3 inches, and then some watercolor paper at 2 3/4 by 3 inches. And then I'm using a piece of fun foam at 2 1/2 inches by 2 3/4 of an inch. Then I'll be using a pen, a small pen that I also think I got at Dollar Tree. And I'm using the sticky strip, I think it's called. For this one, I'm going to be using the Beautiful You, this picture here, this girl here. And then I'll be using the Wild About Flowers, and I'm making this book for a girl that's retiring, and I'm using You'll Be Missed here. And when I watercolored, of course, I used the watercolor pen, and I also used Blushing Bride for her skin tone, and Soft Sky for the bottom, just the watery, and then I used mint macaron for the dress and the hat. And then you can, instead of using the fun foam, you can use dimensionals. I also used the mint macaron, the enamel dots, 3 of those. I used Stays On for when I stamped the girl image, so that doesn't run. Okay, now we'll start to assemble our book. So you're going to take that DSP piece with the part, the side that you're going to use facing out. And then, what did I do with my chipboard? Here it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a really thick glue. I use the 3-in-1. I would imagine that the Tombow would be okay if that's all you had. And then you're going to put the glue, if I've got one here that works. Okay, now it doesn't want to work. Okay, I'm just going to get a thing here. Okay, so you'll use the 3-in-1 glue and go all the way around, not too close to the edge. First we'll lay down this piece here, and you'll put it smack dab in the middle, and you'll see there's about 3/4 of an inch on the top and the bottom. And then you're going to put this. Now you're going to need at least, let me see here for exact measurements, that looks like 1/8 of an inch between each piece, because when we fold it you'll need that give. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put more glue. Okay, I'm doing that off to the side, and then another 1/8 of an inch there. Okay. And then you're going to take scissors or an X-Acto knife, and you're going to go and leave it at least 1/8 of an inch there. 1/8 of an inch there. And so on. So you're going to just cut the corners. Okay. Okay. And if you're using a paper, just like a designer series paper that has a pattern and you have to follow up and down, just be careful of that. Okay. So what I do is I'm going to turn that each piece on its side, just to, so it'll give it some more give. Okay, and now we're going to use this strip of paper. You can use the pink one or Suk Wang. Okay, we're gonna go right across. I made these last year in a bigger version for all the girls at work. Okay. You're going to put a piece there. A piece there. And a piece here. All right. Make sure you put that down, burnish it a bit. Okay, let's get rid of my mess here. Okay, so you're going to bend that down. bend this down and seal it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn this little piece up here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And you turn that in on all four sides. Just turn it under there, so it'll give it a better finish. Okay, and in like this. You'll see how I turned it in on either side. Now we're going to do this and this. Okay, now we're going to go slowly bending these two, and then we're going to burnish. There we go. Now we'll do the inside. Okay. Let me just... There we go. Now we'll add these two pieces. All right, the 4 by 5.5, and I forgot to get my snail out, of course. And preferably, you could use your fast fuse. I'm just going to move that out of the way. And you get as close as you can to the edge. You're going to add that. I think I'm supposed to actually add this piece first. The 1 3/4 by 5.5. We're going to lay that down there. I'm just going to put a bit more fast fuse across there and at the top here. Okay. Now I have cut it with an X-Acto knife, and then what I'm going to do is add the ribbon. And the way I usually do it is I turn it, fold it in half, and then I poke it through with the pick. And you just poke that through like so, and then you're going to test it with your pen. Okay. Okay, so we're going to add this piece, center it, alright, there we go, and just burnish it. Now we're going to add these pieces, line them up with the other, with the middle part, middle piece of paper that's holding the pen. And then we're going to add that. And then fast fuse will hold it in. Hold it together. I mean, you don't want this book falling apart. Make sure there's no glue on the edges. And then we'll line that up with the top and the bottom. There we go. So now we're going to slowly try and first we'll burnish it, and then we're going to slowly bend in the center. Again, line it up. over. There you go. That's all done. Okay. So we'll set this aside here, and we'll take, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to add the inside pieces. Now this 5 1/4 by 4 inch, this will hold the pad into the book. And what I've done for the top is I've just taken my bone folder so it gives it a bit of a bulge there. And then I'm going to add this, so we will put glue or fast fuse on either side. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to use fast fuse. I am going to use some of that sticky tape here all the way. I'm going to use a Sukwang that is, I think it's a 1/16 of an inch. So it gives us a little bit of give. And it leaves more room for the pad to go in instead of sticking. Should have told you that at the beginning that you'd be needing that, but I thought the fast fuse would work, but it's too thick, like too wide. There we go. Okay, so we're going to line up the bottom piece, stick down the side, and stick down the side. There we go. And it still gives it a little bit of a bulge, you can see there. And then the same thing goes for the 4 by 4 inch piece that's cut on the diagonal. You're going to go like that. And you're also going to add, actually fast fuse would work for that. So what's happening is it's going to go like so. So we can slip in a tag or something like that. So you'll just have to put adhesive on these sides. Make sure there's none of the adhesive sticking out. Take the book and we'll line up the corner and the bottom edge and the side edge. Now this can be embossed. That would be really pretty. See, so it leaves a little bit of an opening when you use your bone folder. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the top of the pad cover. And what we're going to do is you're just going to put, you can actually put fast fuse there in that place, in that 1/4 of an inch that has been can't think. Anyway, line up your pad face down. Okay, it might be better this way. Just line this up. Scored. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry. Okay. And then, of course, you can glue that or fast fuse it. I think I'll just use a little bit of Tombow on that. You can use Tombow for the whole thing if you want to, but it just takes longer, and for the sake of this video. Okay, so there's your pad. Okay, there we go. Okay, clean off my desk. Now, so we'll take this and we'll take the cardboard and we'll slide that in there. And it just should just slide right in. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So you can decorate this part here if you want. But this is basically a video to show you how to make the book. Okay, just going to burnish a little bit more. Once everything's in there, it wants to bulge, but this will be good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is what I've done here is I've taken the piece of watercolor paper 2 3/4 by 3, and I've stamped it with StazOn ink. And that is the lady from Beautiful You. And then I use the ink pads that I've told you, that I mentioned earlier, and then the You'll Be Missed. And then I put the piece of fun foam right behind that, so it gives it a little bit of height. And then I'm going to add this on there with Fast Fuse. Okay. This Fast Fuse really sticks. Love it. Okay, and then you just put it wherever you want. I like to put it near the top. Okay, and then I added the enamel dots, a large one and 2 small ones. So that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed making this. It's a little bit on the long side, but it's worth it. Yeah, so you can put a little tag in there, or a note, or whatever you like. Or like this one, you could add a calendar. Okay, so thank you for watching, and if you're Canadian, I'd love the opportunity to become your demonstrator. Please shop at my online store. The link is in the description below this video. And please check out some of my other videos by clicking on them. Please click my photo to subscribe, and thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.